Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen, it's Wednesday. What is it? Wednesday, October 4th at about 2:10 a.m. in the morning, and I was editing videos, and I'm getting ready to send this one out today with my interview with Mr. Eric Epitome Smith in the Epitome Show Band. And listen, he sent me a clip to tease you guys, and I was supposed to cut it up. And when I went to listen to it, I just couldn't cut it up. So here's my advice to you. You're going to get into the groove, and you might have to go do something, but you want to hear the interview. So fast forward. Listen to the interview, come back, because the boy gets down. Or you can listen to the full jam from the band as they gets down. Listen to the interview, and then you don't have to come back. Or you can just skip past the band jamming their butt off, listen to the interview, and then you can just come back and watch the whole jam and say, yeah, I understand. Or, well, you get my point. Well, maybe you didn't, but my point is I couldn't edit it. Well, I said that already. So, listen, just get into the band jam, listen to the interview, and then tell me what you think in the comment section. Okay. All right. Okay, so boom.
And I kept working at it, and my dad said, son, you gotta work on your timing. He said, you gotta work really hard to make sure your timing is right when you're on stage. So after years of practicing, the very first song that I had a chance to play on stage was this right here. Come on, Bill.
You ready?
For sure.
All right, so boom. You guys know what's up, man. We are back for another year of interviewing, and this guy comes on pretty much every year to talk about what he has going on, and there's a lot going on, kind of walking up the steps of entrepreneurship and ventures and joint ventures and just making it happen. You guys are definitely familiar with the sound and the voice of my guy, Mr. Eric Epitome Smith. How are you, sir?
What's good, my people? What's good, Vashaun? How's everybody doing? It's that time of year, dog. About to have a good time. Yes, sir.
Listen, man, so we both blind. His wife is asleep. My wife is gone. So there's no way to know whether we are on video, but we
Y'all
definitely...
see me not seeing you. Y'all see me not seeing you. That's it.
Right. So we definitely don't know if we're able to see each other, but you guys got the audio, and hopefully you got some good quality video, but, you know, charge it to our head, not our heart. So listen,
That's right.
Man, when I say you got a lot going on, you have a lot going on. The first thing that I wanted to touch on is the upcoming concert on October 14th at the Lithonia Amphitheater. Tell us about that and what's going on that day.
Sure. Instead of us making it a concert like we have in the past, this year we upped the game to, we call it a festival. This is Fall Fest 23. And the reason why we did that is because there's so much more that is going on, including the music and the putting on the show. But, you know, we have vendors, food trucks, and of course it culminates with a huge show at the end with Epitome Show Band as the headline.
Okay. So I'm not a big dude, I'm not a fat guy, but I love to eat, so I guess I would be defined as a foodie. So let's get with the peripheral vendors that you have out there, the ones that we're going to be able to walk around and see and taste and get things from. Who do you have as vendors for the Fall Festival?
All right, you like me. Let's start with the food items first. All right, let's go there. So I have, by popular request and demand, they're back. Sister Rita's. Sister Rita's, the home of the booming tacos.
Boom!
Booming. I mean, the booming sauce is so good. I almost got a straw and put it in a shot glass. The sauce is awesome. She is our Sister Rita. She owns a food truck and also a brick and mortar. And her food is what it is. It's like that, the Spanish Latin flavor with a soul flair to it. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. I'll put it this way. I went to her spot a couple of weeks ago, and the food was so good, I didn't even want to come home and brush my teeth to floss. I just want to keep that flavor in my mouth for just another 20 minutes. So she's one of the food trucks. Another food truck is, is going to have some of the basics, like hot dogs, sandwiches, fried fish, and French fries, etc. But let me tell you about the dessert. Tanny cakes. This lady, let me, for those who can see me, let me just give y'all the vision. Let me just close my eyes while I describe so that y'all can close your eyes and just stay with me for a second.
Gotcha.
Just imagine grandma's banana pudding, but now it's in a cupcake form with the banana pudding in the center with the meringue on top and the vanilla wafer to set it off.
Oh, man.
All right. Okay. Now y'all can open your eye. Okay. Wait. Wipe your chin. Okay. I see you. I hear you drooling.
Man.
So, but she has other cupcakes and cheesecakes, and her. I mean, I just gained 2 pounds just thinking about it. You won't be disappointed. That's Tanny cake. So now those are the food items out the way.
Okay.
So now some of the other vendors will be like Butterfly Bling, which does jewelry. Okay. I have one craft. She has Heather Roberts. She has different crafts such as maybe paintings. Not paintings. Like maybe different cups, T-shirts. She's very creative. She's very artistic, and she's gonna have some very really nice things at her stage table. Also, if you have came to my shows when I did the show in 2019, when we did the Royal Extravaganza, and even at my CD release party, I have a young artist by the name of LaRon Harlem. Very talented artist that he's going to have some of his paintings on display for purchase. And as well as his wife is going to have a table set up with her hair care products. And we also have gourmet popcorn by the Colonel. So if you like some popcorn while you're watching the show, he's your man. He's going to have different flavors of popcorn and really great. And then I have Lamar Coates with Risk Management. He is going to be there having information that people may have as far as if you just have questions when it comes to insurance. Different types of insurance, he'll be able to answer all your questions. And last but not least, the Lioto table. That's my personal table. That's my baby. Where we have our Lioto tumblers and we have information about Braille, assistive technology, and things that are designed to help assist those who are blind or low vision.
Okay. And that tumbler that you have is the Red Cup Ready, right?
Red Cup, it says Lioto. So, and Lioto stands for living every day on their own. You can put coffee, you can put tea, you can put Kool-Aid in your cup. You can put something stronger if you're over 21. Y'all know.
I got you. So
don't ask me what's in my cup. I won't ask you what's in your cup. All right?
I got you. Cool. So let's take a little turn for a bit, and I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions that we didn't go over, but I'm sure you can answer. What got you started in putting on your own events and running your own promotion and kind of paying for everything out of your pocket to make it happen?
A few things led to that decision. The primary one is some of the places that I wanted to perform or were asked to perform, they weren't paying anything. They were paying like little or no. You know, they wanted to pay anywhere between $300 and $500 to have a band. And when gas is $3 and $4 a gallon, that's gas money.
But you don't drive.
So, and I don't drive. But I got paid to get there. So,
right.
You know, and my thing, one of my boys I'm really close with, we have this saying, love don't pay the bills. I love you, but I got to put gas in the tank. I got to pay the band. And my band members that work with me, they deserve to be compensated for the hard work they put into it. Because not only do we play on stage for that time period, but it's a preparation that we put into our craft to make sure that when we hit the stage, no matter whether it's one person or 1,000, we're going to give you our best. And so I wanted to make sure that I was able to pay the band accordingly. And so what happened is some of the places, they was like, well, we don't have the budget. We can't do anything. Can y'all do it for exposure? Since the internet is out, we don't need exposure. We have YouTube. We have TikTok, you know.
Right.
So that kind of moved me into finding venues and doing it myself. Secondly is I wanted to have and be able to have control of my event. So whatever songs are being played from the stage, I generally review all the songs. I want my show to be a family-friendly show. I don't want any profanity coming from my stage, anything that person is in the audience that feel uncomfortable listening to, like, ooh, I got my 3-year-old here. I don't want them to know about this or that yet. In time, I want to teach them, but not at a concert. I don't want them to be like, Daddy, Mommy, what does that mean? Okay. Gotcha. Calls for awkward moment, right? You know? And two, being able to have the control or hire who and what, and how I want the event to go. So it gave me control to be my own promoter of my event.
Okay. And so not only the promoter, I have oftentimes came to your event and, you know, I'm performing, opening up or whatever the case may be, and you're bringing tables, tablecloths, the whole setup. Where are you storing all this stuff at?
That's what you call knowing people who know people who know people who got things.
Okay. Got you.
Different people I know, my network, I was able to network with people of various backgrounds, from food caterers to event planners to limousine drivers, different people that's in their field. When I'm out, I talk to people. I introduce myself. What line of work do you do? And so when things come up, I'm like, well, listen, I know that you have this. You know, what is your rate for charging me to use XYZ?
Okay. And so that makes sense. And most people don't get that when you're a business owner or you're promoting something or you want to put something together. is simply talking to people about what they do, what their passions are, what it is they're into, what connections they have, what things that they can bring to the table, where it's a win-win for both parties. Notice that Eric didn't say, hey, can you do this for free, or hey, what can you do for me, or that whole exposure thing, because if he wants to get paid and you're working with him, he wants you to get paid as well. And I think, Eric, just the whole philosophical conversation briefly is people don't recognize that networking doesn't have to be hard. It's a simple conversation. It's easy for me to talk about me, and it's easier for you to digest what it is I do and ascertain my passion behind it, and then put a plan together to make a win-win situation. What's your thoughts?
I agree with you. And the biggest thing sometimes, if you just listen, that's the biggest thing. Because you can have a person say a whole bunch of stuff, and say nothing.
Right.
But it's sometimes we listen between the lines, and sometimes listen to what is not said. And there's times where I can be somewhere. I was at an event, and I'm just at the table next to me. I heard what they were talking about. Not that I was being nosy, but they were talking loud enough. I got 20/20 hearing.
Right.
So I politely introduced myself. I said, hey, listen, excuse me, my name is Eric. I couldn't help but overhear, not to be nosy. I said, but I understand that you do such and such. Do you have a business card? Or do you have a contact? That way I can, hopefully in the future use your services. And like you said, people, they know what they know how to do. But when you show interest in what they do, you'd be amazed. And I never expect anyone to do anything for free. If they offer, thank you. But I don't expect it,
Right. So, moving on to the show. Again, it's October 14th. What time does the doors open? What should we expect before you guys come on? All of that good stuff. It's my understanding that there's going to be a surprise that, of course, you can't talk about, or else it wouldn't be a surprise. But take us up to before you guys, the Epitome Show Band, plays its first note.
Sure. So the doors open up at 5 p.m. So all my table, my vendors, food truck, everyone will be in place at 5 when doors open up. Now, last year I had people show up right at the opening time, which was great. They want to come in, get their seats, they want to chill, got something to eat, and then I had that rush of people who came in right before the show. So
right. They
gathered while the show was going on. I'm like, ooh, I'm hungry. Let me go and get me something to eat. So they're in line, get something to eat, even though the line moved quickly. But the band was on stage playing while they were trying to order something to eat. So I encourage folks to go ahead and get there early, get comfortable, walk around, mingle, check each of the tables out. And so there's like from 5 and about 6:50, 6:55. And for those who have been to my show, y'all know I start on time.
Right.
So 5 minutes to 7, my MC's on stage getting ready to go over the preliminaries. 7 o'clock, I have the opening act. The opening act is this young guy that I know who wears these fedora hats and plays the saxophone. But I got Vashaun is going to open up the show for us. He's opened up shows for us in the past, and we're honored to have you back again opening the show for us this year.
Yes, sir.
After that, I have a young lady by the name of Taylor Beeman. This young lady, I heard her sing 2 different artists at different shows in the past. I heard her sing a Chrisette Michele song, and I love my girl Chrisette Michele. Also, I heard her sing a Stephanie Mills song. And not everybody would tackle a Stephanie Mills song. But not only that, I've heard her do other jazz artists, another artist. So she has a really nice library of music that she's going to do, and you would not be disappointed. And then after that, but in between acts, we're going to have some door prizes we're going to be giving away too.
Okay.
So you got to be there to win them though, because we're not going to call you after when but you may ask yourself, Eric, if a person gets a ticket, because we give a ticket to everybody that comes in. Mm-hmm. Of course, family members of the performers are eligible to win. You know why? We want them people to think that is fixed. However, but there will be a ticket. If you visit one of the vendor tables, you'll get a ticket for entry for a door prize. And that's on site. If you buy something from one of the tables, you get a entry ticket. But also when you get there, you'll get a ticket as well to increase your chances of winning.
Okay.
So what happens is you have your ticket, and we'll write the name on the back of a person, because when it gets dark, you're gonna be able to see your ticket when it gets dark, regardless which your vision is. So if the person wants to, they can write their name on the back of the ticket, and when Donna, our MC, pours the ticket, she'll say the winner for this prize is, and she'll be able to call that person's name. And she'll have instructions on how to go about it as well. And then after that, Epitome Show Band, we're going to hit the stage, and we're going to bring so much energy that you don't want to start dancing in the first song. Last year, we kind of built it up a little. People who didn't dance like the second set, later on in the show, but you don't want to dance. And we encourage people, hey, even though it's going to be aired that people can dance, if you feel like dancing right there by your chair, get up and dance. But the VIP section, which is the tables down in front, there's not a lot of room right in that area for dancing. But there is going to be room in the back area of the VIP, between the VIP and the bleacher section.
Okay. And a lot of people may not know, especially if you're new to the interviews that me and Eric has done in the past, but you play bass, and you're the band leader for the Epitome Show Band. How did you get into playing bass? Who were some of your influences, and what was that song or that moment that you heard a bass player play and you was like, yeah, that's what I want to do? How did you get into it?
All right, well, growing up in a music household, we always had music around ever since I was like in the 4th or 5th grade, playing the clarinet, and later on played the piano. My dad was a guitar player, so there were times where the band used to rehearse at the house. So I was like, man, I used to love the sound. I used to love, even though I couldn't stay down where the band was rehearsing because it was bedtime, especially when I was a lot younger, but you would say, but I got to go to bed at 9 o'clock, and I still hear the band. The band is keeping me woke, so I would hear the band rocking, and I said, man, I loved it. But it wasn't until I was 29 years old that I started playing the bass, because I would hear, or if I said the piano, I was learning the bass line before I was learning the chords of a song.
Okay.
And so I got a bass, paid $100 for my first bass. And I heard Victor Wooten play the bass. Okay. And I was like, this boy is awesome. And then I tried to learn and do what he was doing, and I quit playing the bass.
That'll do it.
So, yeah, I quit playing. So then about 6 months later, I picked it up again. And I kept tinkering with it. And I quit again because I didn't feel like I was making any progress. So the third time I picked it up, I said, you know what? It's going to be you and I. This is it. If I put you down again, I'm not going to pick you back up anymore. So I stayed with it from that point on. Then I was introduced to other bass players, Patitucci, Johnson, Miller. And then when I came across Marcus Miller music, then he played more of the style that I like, more in the pocket, more funky groove, but yet could play some lead, but was really great with the foundation. And then, of course, Bootsy Collins with his Stand on the One. And I think one thing that I really appreciated about music, and it wasn't necessarily the bass playing, but James Brown's music and the syncopation and the timing is what won me over. Between him and Prince live shows, those were some of my artists who influenced I wanted to do more as far as playing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, so such a wide variety of styles of playing kind of gave you your influence. How much of that kind of helped influence your style, your particular style of playing?
What influenced it the most was going to live concerts.
Okay.
And I'll sit back in the concert and I hear what the bass player is doing, but also hear how the music is arranged and then how the audience responds to certain things. And when, case in point, Jill Scott song, Do You Remember? and the bass player did a little run. It was like zoom, 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 zoom. I was like, ooh, that was nice. It moved me, and you can hear the audience going like, yeah, you know. So small things like that, I hear and I like, and I store it in my memory and said, how can I do something like that, or do something to make the audience go, wow.
Okay. Got you. And so the concert is promptly over at what time?
I would say, and if a person's coming, I say prepare to stay to about 10 o'clock or so. Even though the music may stop around 9:15, 9:30, the vendors are going to stay there while supplies last. You know, for those who want to get some last minute gifts or items or cupcakes. 9 out of 10 cupcakes will probably be sold out. I have her put me 2 cupcakes aside.
Right.
One before and after. I got a before and after cupcake that I talked to her about. But the vendors will still be open. So when the show is going on, once the Epitome show hits the stage, the vendors are going to sit back. They're going to watch the show themselves. They'll still be at their respective tents and tables. However, afterward, they're still going to be around for those people who are leaving to still stop by the tables. And we're going to be out there in the audience taking pictures, meeting and greeting as well after the show.
Okay. Now, what, if anything whatsoever, just a little crumb, a snippet, can we expect from this surprise that you're bringing? I mean, is there anything you can tell us?
Only thing I can tell you is how can I say this discreetly? You're going to be like, what? I never expected something like that at a concert. Oh, give my camera. Let me move. That's all I can say. I'm gonna whet your appetite like that. It's something that you would never expect at a concert.
Okay, so boom, we gonna transition into this thing that I love, right? Entrepreneurship. So you got the band, you work, the way you want to. You kind of can design when you go in and, your whole schedule as far as, your day job. And then you open a nonprofit a few years ago. And it really, I know it took me by storm just to see, this thing blossom into what it's becoming. But tell us about your nonprofit, its concept, the red cup, what it symbolizes, and just anything you want the people to know and support on that, as well as the donations and what they get for any donations, just anything you want to tell us about Litho.
Sure. So Litho is my baby. I created Litho in 2020. Litho stands for Living Every Day on Their Own, where our mission is to help assist persons living with blindness or low vision to gain a level of independence for daily activity. So what we started doing is I learned how to read Braille, and it wasn't until I was ready to learn how. I've been asked. I tried reading Braille back when I was younger, my sight was better, but I found myself looking at the dots as opposed to filling the dots. And I think to myself, with technology being the way that it is, why would I need to learn Braille? Got on the elevator one day, and guess what? there was Braille, and I pressed the wrong button. I don't call the emergency person. I don't hit the bell. I don't hit the wrong floor. And I was like, I at least need to learn the basics from Braille. So I was asked in 2020 to be part of a program that was designed to teach people in prison who have lost their sight how to read Braille through the Learn to Read Braille program and part of the ministry. So you're teaching them how not only just to read Braille, but also to read and also to write. Because I found out that some inmates may not have never even learned how to read. So the book that we would have been using at that time introduced basic phonics as well.
Okay.
But the pandemic kicked in and everything was shut down. But I was determined to still learn the Braille in grade 1 and grade 2 Braille. So after I learned in September 2020 is when I started Lioto with the mission to help. And my cousin, who is also blind, I said, hey, I need to show you how to read Braille. Can you let me learn and develop a technique to teach people? And she agreed. Excuse me. She agreed, and then I was able to have a few other people shortly thereafter allow me to continue to develop my curriculum after that.
Okay.
And then in the following year, I had several people like, hey, we heard you teach Braille. We want to learn how to read Braille. So now I've ended up receiving 10 students. And then so as of April this past year, we had, I think, 9 students graduate. And we had this past September, in last September, we had 20-something students register and took the class. Several students we lost, some of them because of not able to have full filling in their fingers to read Braille. Okay. But they at least learned the basics. So now I have 10 of those students that will be graduating November the 4th. And this past September, which is September 23, we had 12 new students sign up. So, and everything is done virtually. We're teaching over 21 different states and 4 countries.
Excellent. And so I was asking prior to the interview, would there be a recording of the concert post? And you were telling me how they can get a recording. So how does that work for people who can't make it?
Okay, so what we have decided to do this year, in the past I have put videos up on YouTube and other different clips that I would show on my social media. But this year, we decided that what we're going to do for anyone who makes a donation to Lioto, $20 or more, 10 days after the concert is finished and editing is completed, we will send that person a link so they can view the concert themselves. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. And the way that is done under the Lioto.org page, we're going to make sure that we have a spot there under donations / for video.
Okay.
That if a person makes a donation in any other kind of way, we won't know if they want the video or not. We they can say, hey, we just make a donation, but we want to make sure that they can make the donation, and then they can also send an email from the website to esmith@lioto.org. Just as a reminder that, hey, listen, I made a donation. My name is such and such. Please email me my link for the concert to this email address. Because sometimes people have their donation, they use a certain credit card or PayPal, something different. The email address may be different from where they want the email to come, and it may go into the junk mail. So we want to make sure that we have the email address that they would like to receive the link.
Okay. And so, me being a techie, and I'm thinking, man, that's a bunch of work. So I would do a $20 minimum donation to get the video and have that spelled out on the website. They make their $20 and an autoresponder automatically sends them a link. And then my hands are kind of off that whole procedure. Right. But yeah, I get you. That's why I remember when I first started with autoresponders, I would say your best email is how I would kind of describe that to kind of negate it going into junk potentially. But yeah, I get it.
Well, you know what? Since you're a techie, I'm going to network with you. Since we talked about networking, you got to teach me how to do that. All right? So there it is.
Yeah, it just sounds a bit easier to have it automatically do it versus having to.
I'm getting there. Give me time. I'm going to get there.
I got you.
Hey, but one thing I want to also add, if I may.
Yep.
Starting in October, this is October the 17th, I believe that's a Tuesday, we are also starting a new program, which is the 8-week program for assistive technology, teaching persons how to use VoiceOver on their iOS devices. And also, in addition, this is one thing that I give to all my students. The first Tuesday of every month, I have a guest speaker come in and speak to my students. For example, I had a guest speaker talk to my students about maybe eye drops. If a person has dry eye or there's certain eye drops, she was a pharmacist. She's a licensed PharmD. Also had a regular physician talk about diabetes A and B, or diabetes was it 1 and 2, about how it may affect your eyesight. Then I even have other guests who come and speak to us about other brailles and other languages, countries. I've had someone in Nigeria sing. I have musicians and artists also join, just to give and entertain and educate our students. First Tuesday of the month, and that is available to them even after they have completed the course. The alumni program allows them to come back every first Tuesday of the month to hear the guest speaker.
That's amazing. So I noticed you're saying courses, students, and graduation and all of that stuff. How much does it cost as far as tuition to get training from Lioto?
So if a person wants to take Braille, the Braille class is, and this is including the Braille kit, which I mailed the Braille kit out, it is $550 for the whole year. It's a 1-year course. And with that course, you will, when you're completed, you will receive when it starts, you receive the book, slate and stylus, and Braille paper, and you have classes twice a week, and the classes are 1 hour long. And you also, if I see that a student just needs a little additional help, then I also offer free tutoring for them as well. I have 4 instructors outside of myself. Three of the instructors are blind and 1 is sighted, but they are available to help in offering tutoring once a week to those students who need that additional help if it is required. The assistive technology or the voiceover class, that class is $80, basically $10 a week, which is really reasonable because you can spend $9 to go to Chick-fil-A to get you a Chick-fil-A sandwich, okay?
Right.
But okay, and that's if you don't upsize it.
Right.
You know, so that's what the courses are. Now, we do have some things that are on the horizon. We have a couple of awards that someone had made a donation because after Braille, after class, they may decide they want to try to get maybe a digital Braille display, refreshable Braille display, and those things aren't cheap. But we're going to be able to have an award for some of my students who qualify, that they will be able to receive an awards gift card that they can purchase or use to going toward receiving or buying some of those items that they may want to get after class.
Okay. And so how many students have you had graduate since the inception of Lioto?
I believe we've had 32 students graduate since the inception.
Wow. So I ain't pocket watching or nothing, but 32 times. No, I'm just playing.
No. But the thing about it is not everyone is able to afford the class because they're on a set budget of income.
Right.
So there's been a few cases where a person, they just didn't have it. And I don't want money to be a reason why a person is not educated. Okay, so
right.
What has happened is a few people have donated money to buy their kits for them.
Sure.
They bought their kits, and what I did for a couple of the students who were just in a financial situation that they couldn't afford, they're doing good to be able to have food on their table. And they have the necessities for life, but to be able to take Braille was a extra. And we were able to accommodate them by giving them a quote-unquote scholarship, but letting them take the class without them paying at that time. But then later on, when they did get a few dollars, they did send some donations, or their friends made some other donations to the organization to help.
Got you. And so you would think that that's it, right? Like 3 jobs, but Eric also has ventured into the arts, and I tell you, the art of cane making. Now, I had to be what I think the first one to possibly to get one from him, and man, it's a beautiful bamboo cane. I mean, I don't even like use it because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want any dents in it or anything. But how did you get into cane and walking stick making? Where's that going for you? Tell us about that.
Sure. I've always loved being active. You know, I like creative being. As a young person, you know, I did like 4 years of art, from painting and drawing. But as I lost my sight, I'm like, ooh, I still wanted to be creative. So a friend of mine had some bamboo stalks that she had cut down in her backyard. And I said, well, let me get some of those because I think I can make me a bamboo fishing pole. But when she bought me the stalks, I'm like, I can make a nice cane out of these. And she bought me like about 10 to 15 stalks. So some of them were like really good quality and straight. I'm like, hey, this would be a good cane. So I started just messing around with it, and I grabbed different tops, and I said, you know what? If I put a bottom on this and put this here, and it just developed. It just grew from there.
Excellent. So, do you have any for sale? Are you gonna have any at the Lioto table?
Yes. I will have some at the Lioto table. The one that I'm working on right now, oh my goodness. Okay, so what I did is just to try to be different, you know, because when I have a cane, every cane that I make is going to be different. For example, the cane that you have, it has a coin on the very top of it that I got from England with the Queen on it. Mm-hmm. And since the Queen has died, you know, you can't find those coins like that anymore.
Right.
So that's what makes your cane very unique. So I have another cane, which I took a bottle cap from about 1800, and I painted the inside of it and outside of it black, and I stained it with polyurethane, and I put it on a cane that I painted gold. So the handle is black, the foot of it is black, and the cane is gold with a black string coming through it.
Okay.
So it gives it, you know, it has that unique look to it. So I have other ones that have like gold and black handles. I have a lady that her favorite color is purple. So her cane is purple and gold. The cane stalk is purple and the handle is gold. So, like I said, for the most part, all the canes have a unique look, and they can be used for walking, hiking, and I do have some thinner ones for a person who needs it if they need it as a blind cane.
Got you. Yeah, definitely unique, definitely personalized to the end user that's getting the cane, and I really enjoy touching mine. Like I said, I dare to use it. I really don't want to beat it up, but it's an art piece. It's for me a collector's item. I have a bunch of different style canes, but all manufactured, nothing personally created for me, but I love it. And I love doing these interviews every year, man. We bring out us two, the light-skinned and dark-skinned bald-headed guys, to talk about things, man. And it's been a pleasure interviewing you and discussing what's going on. Tell the people how they can reach you, how they can purchase tickets, the date and times of the show one more time, and then we'll say goodbye.
Sure. So the tickets are available at epitomeshowband.com/performances. The VIP section is sold out. So that is it's limited seating for VIP section. So that's sold out 2 weeks ago, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
The general seats are $25 in advance and $35 at the door.
Okay.
If you are a member of the NFB and the GCB, call me directly or email me directly. We have a discount rate for members, not attendee, but members of the NFB and the GCB. The NFB stands for the National Federation of the Blind. The GCB stands for the Georgia Council for the Blind. Okay. Yep. So, and then if you just not as tech savvy like Vashaun and able to click on it to enter it, you can call me directly and or email me. My number is 404-242-8077, and or you can stay at the door. We have you bring your car, you can bring cash. We accept Zelle, however you want to do it. We even have it set up that if you have Cash App, we'll have it with a barcode. You can just tap your phone or click on it, and you can pay right then and there. I don't leave no money on the table, right?
I'm like, boy, you think you Live Nation now? You scan
That's
your
right,
phone
boy.
at the door. All right.
Right. I leave no money on the table. But if you do buy online, there's a $1.95 surcharge per online purchase.
Okay.
You know.
That's not bad.
And then for those who are low vision or blind who need assistance, the website for assistance there is Leoto, LEOTO.org. And they can reach out to us that way as well.
Absolutely. And so, as always, if you are visually impaired, you're coming to the concert, there's plenty of help, no worries there. Everyone who needs assistance will definitely be able to get some excellent, trained, well-oriented assistance as needed.
Yes, our volunteers have been trained to help assist those persons. If we see you with a cane or even persons in wheelchairs, we have a seating, accessible seating for persons who need help. When it comes to, if they can't go up a lot of stairs, I have like the first 3 rows of the bleachers set and is up just for those persons who can't do a lot of stairs. And since this event is outdoors, you can bring your lawn chairs. One family bought their lawn chairs and their blankets and their baskets, and they were sitting out there. The family had a great time. Children 13 and under are free.
Okay.
So if anybody have kids, they want the kids to see a show, but we're trying to create an environment where it's enjoyable for all, and especially for those who are living with low vision or blindness. We want to have places that they can go and feel comfortable with and also enjoy it like everyone else.
Excellent. All right. So I just got one on-air request for me. So, I always do the VIP table, and I love VIP. But my VIP last time had me like in the back corner. Can I get a little closer to the stage? I know I can't see, but can I be closer in the VIP?
What you need to see for, brother? As long as you can hear it.
I'm like, see, there you go. That's stereotype.
Why in one front row seat?
Right. That's what they be saying. Every jazz concert, why you need to be up front? And they be like, oh, he blind. I'm like, that don't make no sense if I'm blind. But anyway.
No, so what happens is, because I think you're at a table with your family and multiple people, the way the seating chart is set up, the first couple of rows are just 2 top tables. I think you requested not to be at a 2 top table because there's 4 of you, I believe. Right. So that's why your table was not up close front. The seating chart has 2 rows of 2 top tables, and then the next rows are multiple seating tables.
I got you. Cool. All right, y'all. So that's another interview with my man, Eric Epitome Smith of the Epitome Show Band. Visit us October 14th. Doors open at 5 o'clock at the Lithonia Amphitheater. The address, sir, is what?
2515 Park Drive, Lithonia, 30058. And if a person is taking the MARTA mobility to the event, have the MARTA person pull up and tell the parking attendant that we're dropping someone off. And then they drop the person off, and our attendants will help assist that person. For other people who are driving, parking is $5. And for my performers, Vashaun, the performers have a separate area that we park. So I go over that with you later on. And if a person has wheelchair accessibility, please reach out to me in advance. That way I can have our attendant on the lookout to greet you as you are pulled in.
Sounds like a plan. All right, you guys got the latest update from Eric and the latest update on what's going on with him. Visit us if you can, and if you can't, make a donation to Leoto. Try to get the $20 mark minimum so you can get the video, see what you have missed, and then join him and maybe I next year at the next event that he has. And to find out more about him, visit him on the web. Give him a call. Very easy to talk to, as you can see. And hit
me on social media as well.
And social media, where this video will be going. All right. So speaking of seeing, we'll see you guys.
Hear you later.
See you later. You guys know what it is, man. Let's change the world. Let's change the world together. Let's learn to network. And we'll see you on the other side.